Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJman777 here, welcoming you to episode 34 of Monster Hunter Double Cross today. In the last episode, we hunted down the giant flying pinecone known as the Sarajeos, and this time we're hunting the low-rank version of the flagship monster from the same game, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So I've already eaten for this hunt. I have decided to go with the Sword and Shield also on this hunt. We're going to go back to the OG original Monster Hunter weapon, the Sword and Shield for this. And of course, it's time to hunt ourselves down the Gore Magala. Of course, before we get into that though, I do need to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon. Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Eraisuithon Sotiri, and Liotos the Lotus for their continued support to the channel. Now, before we get into this hunt, I do want to show you guys, I am actually have the standard Sword and Shield today. I have brought down what I like to call the stunning Juicy Blade. Gotta get them Juicy Blades. Get them Juicy Blades, yeah. If you don't have the Juicy Blades for the Sword and Shield, you don't know how to play Sword and Shield right. I have also brought this Rathalos Sword and Shield, which has 190 base attack, 28 fire damage with 20% affinity. The 20% affinity can be related to my armor, of course. And with that, I have also brought, this is guild style, so standard style, with Swords Dance and Shoryugeki, which means Rising Dragon Shield. Not Rising Dragon Fist, which is Shoryuken. This is Shoryugeki, so it means Rising Dragon Shield, not Rising Dragon Fist. Other than that, we actually don't need to do much. Gore Magala is indeed weak to fire, but I'm kind of stalling. So let's get right into the hunt. So getting right into this hunt, I have to say Gore Magala is another monster from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate that is the first monster in the series to inflict a brand new status. This status is known as the Frenzy Virus. Now, the Frenzy Virus is a very, very interesting status. I did eat. Did I eat? I didn't eat for this hunt. That's fine. The Frenzy status is a very interesting. It's a very interesting status. It inflicts actually what's known as Frenzy, and what Frenzy does is if you let Frenzy overtake you, you actually take increased damage, lose your red recoverable health, and of course, you take more damage, and I already said that. Of course, if you overcome Frenzy, I believe it's a 15% boost to your affinity. That's what it was in 4 Ultimate, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Gore Magala. Now, you may notice something immediately right into this Gore Magala hunt. Gore Magala, you may notice, does not have eyes. That is because Gore Magala is actually blind. Gore Magala is an unclassified monster that technically should be classified in the Flying Wyvern class, but if you follow the story of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, you know that is also not true. For those of you who followed the story of 4 Ultimate or played 4 Ultimate, you know that this monster is the immature form of an Elder Dragon that we are actually going to be hunting later down the line. Actually, and by later down the line, I mean the next episode. It's a very, very cool flagship monster. It is the Dragon of Darkness, as I like to call it. It's just a very cool monster to fight, and I really like its design. I really like its movement. It's got, like, its wings are like a long flowing cape. It actually also has 6 arms. So it's got 4 legs, and then it's got wing arms, which is really cool. So we are actually going to try and use our fire ability here and try and do a lot of damage to Gore Magala, but he is going to be shooting a lot of frenzy projectiles, and you can see that purple gauge under my name right now. That is actually my frenzy gauge. If that goes up all the way, I will be inflicted with negative frenzy. The problem is Gore Magala really does like to fly around a lot. His attacks are very powerful, and he's not even in his strongest state yet, which is the scariest part. Gore Magala's got some very crazy attacks that Gore Magala can do. So we are going to try and overcome that frenzy. And now that Gore Magala's actually angry, we're going to start seeing some more strength. We're going to see some stronger attacks, but we're not going to see his overpowered attacks until he gets into what I like to call the Darkness Dragon mode. He's not there yet, and you'll know when Darkness Dragon shows up. Breakable parts on the Gore Magala include his wing arms on the top of his head. You can bust his face twice. His feelers, which you will see later, you can cut off his tail and, of course, break his back. Very important to do those things. I also believe you can break Gore Magala's claws, but no one ever really breaks the claws. Because there's no point to break the claws. Because it's all about getting those feelers, especially on Gore Magala. But you may notice that, of course, as another flagship monster itself, Gore Magala does have their own theme once again. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to shut up and give you guys the theme. So here you go. Alright, now I think you guys have gotten a good feel for Gore Magala's theme. As you can see, I'm using the exhaust blade to actually KO Gore Magala. Gore Magala is one of the few monsters in this game that is extremely susceptible to being KO'd, so that's why I brought the KO juices for this. And as you can see, his wings have turned a very dark shade of purple right now. That means he's about ready to go into the Darkness Dragon form, which you guys will see in a second as his roar is changing. Hopefully he does indeed go into Darkness Dragon form. I really want you guys to see it. It'll be really cool when you do it. Alright, we're going to go for Swords Dance here. We're going to actually go for Gore Magala's tail here and see if we can cut it off. Hopefully we see Darkness Dragon. No, he's going to fly away instead of going Darkness Dragon. Okay. He just does not want to show Darkness Dragon for you guys. I apologize. I really want to show you guys Darkness Dragon. It's very cool. It's actually really, really cool. Because he creates an effect in the area, which you'll see, because he should go Darkness Dragon almost immediately here. It's being very rude, though. Yeah, that roar means he's ready to get. That roar means he's ready to do Darkness Dragon, but it looks like he's too tired to actually do. There it is. Now you can see the world has turned black. And Gore Magala has become the Dragon of Darkness he's meant to be. During this phase, Gore Magala's feelers become his weak point. Those are those little horns that you see in his head. They're not actually horns, they're actually feelers. So he uses those to, like, sense what's around him. That's why he can see everybody. That's why he's able to do what he's able to do, because those feelers are part of it. Now, when he does become an adult, obviously he does turn into an Elder Dragon, as I did mention. We will be fighting that in the next episode. Which is really cool. And we did get the feelers break, but while he's in this form, he unleashes some very, very powerful frenzy attacks. If you hit those, you will be taking a lot. If you get hit by them, like this one, for example, you will be taking a lot of damage. As you can see how much damage that actually just did to me, and I did not do much. That attack right there, the Rock Slam, that is his most powerful attack. We're actually going to KO him there with a very nice Shoryugeki to break his feelers, and, of course, eliminate his Darkness Dragon presence on the field. And we do have him limping away now, which is also good. And he's dead! We got the feeler break, and we got Gore Magala dead within a matter of a few minutes there. Very nice. So yeah, Gore Magala, his most powerful attack is that Rock Slam attack. It is the same with his Elder Dragon form, which obviously we will be fighting in the next episode. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert! The Elder Dragon form of this monster, though, does remind me of a certain YouTuber, and I want to save that. I'll save that for, I'll save that for the next episode, because it'll be interesting to explain why I think it's this YouTuber. But yeah, that is Gore Magala, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really fun hunt. It's really good music. Really, he's got really good weapons and armor. In fact, Gore Magala's weapons and armor upgrade into his Elder Dragon form later. And those Elder Dragon form weapons can get up to 65% affinity, not counting the boosts that you can get from, like, having skills like Critical Eye, which is crazy. So it's a very, very nice critical hitting dragon build. Very nice critical hitting dragon weapons as well. So you can do a lot of things with the Gore Magala slash Elder Dragon form of the Gore Magala. That's terrible. You can do a lot of stuff with those weapons. And it's very cool to see. And actually, I have in the English version, I have a set that actually relies on the Elder Dragon's form of the Greatsword. It gives me 85% affinity, which is really, really cool. And this is going to be our urgent quest here. So I'm actually going to talk to this guy really quickly. And now we have the urgent quest, which we obviously will be doing in the next episode of the series. I actually didn't use anything that hunt, which is really cool. Except my Juicy Blades. Can never forget, you need to, if you don't stock enough Juicy Blades, you're not a hunter. You gotta stock the Juicy Blades, alright? Alright, but anyways, Gore Magala's armor, I'm gonna give you guys a quick look at this. It's very cool. I might put a picture on screen, I don't know, but let me just show you a quick look of Gore Magala's armor. Yes, I do have 40 pages of armor, ignore me. That's an Ogre, that's Lagiacrus, Popodrome. It's a Popodrome. Here it is, Gore Magala. Gore Magala's chest plate looks like that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Like, look at that. And that's only the chest plate. The Gore Magala, this is all high rank stuff. The Gore Magala armor, overall, it makes you look like a Reaper, which I really like. It's very cool. It's very well designed. A lot of people actually really like the Gore Magala armor. I mean, look at the helmet. Like, seriously. That's the helmet for the Gore Magala armor. And that's the Gunner, that's the Blade Master variation. The Gunner variation looks like that. You literally look like a Death Reaper. And it's really cool. But, with that is actually going to be it for this episode of Monster Hunter Double Cross. So I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Monster Hunter Double Cross. Because, of course, in the next episode, that is going to be our very last episode, where we're going to be finishing it off with the Elder Dragon form of Gore Magala, the Shiguru Magala. And then we're going to wait for the English version that's going to release in August. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Monster Hunter Double Cross. Because until then, it's the CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.